What's going on, guys? Here to bring you another Pokemon Go video. Today I want to explain a, I guess you could call it strategy that has been going on for a while called the Bubblestrat strategy. It's basically the same as like the Magikarp strategy where you're leveling up a gym and you throw a Magikarp in there and you beat your Magikarp with a lower CP Pokemon and you raise the prestige of the gym by 1,000 or so at the very best. So I'm going to read through this here with you guys and kind of explain as we go. And I will also leave a link in the description for this article along with the picture. That way you guys can save it to your phone and you will know like the best defender options and the best attacker options. So let's get into this. The benefits of using Bubblestrat, though, I will start this off by saying it is extremely hard to gather the Pokemon you need in this. If you're not a beginning player, like if you're not level 1, 2, or 3, if you're above 10 or 15, it's going to be extremely hard to find these Pokemon. But, I mean, it's still possible, but it will be extremely hard. So, Bubblestrat is an optimized gym and trainer power leveling strategy. You can max out a gym to level 10 in less than 10 minutes. You can earn up to 1.5 million per day with minimum use of potions or revives. Now, I'm assuming the 1.5 million is like extremely hardcore playing. I don't attack gyms or train gyms that frequently to get anywhere close to that, and I probably wouldn't even suggest playing that much, only due to the fact that Niantic has this weird setup of like over, I think it's 750,000 experience gained in a day, causes a soft ban due to the botting that was set up when this game first launched. People were setting up botting programs and they were getting just ridiculous amounts of XP a day, and so they kind of put that in there as like a safety net. I'm not sure if that is still up because I haven't gotten that much in a day, but I'm sure it would be something you could still resolve through Niantic if that was the case, if you want to go ahead and try to max out as much as you can. However, it makes it impossible to wear down a gym no matter the attackers when actively training it, meaning you will build up more prestige fighting while you're training than you can or than they can while they're trying to tear it down, meaning they're not going to gain as much XP or knock it down by as much prestige as you are from training it up. So it's kind of useful there if you're sitting there training a gym and someone's actively attacking it. You're going to be able to hold on to that gym as long as you follow these steps all the way through 100%. So it does have, like I said earlier, it has one weakness, and that's the difficulty of finding the right Pokemon matchup. The requirements to be considered valuable, all Bubblestrat matchups must satisfy the following 3 conditions. Resource free. The attacker must win before the defender's first attack hits. This means that no potions or revives are required. Now, if you do get hit and your Pokemon dies or it goes down to 1, you're going to need a potion there. But chances are you're really not going to need this just because of the way the moveset Bubble works and its animation speed. So let's go on to point 2. You can earn 500 plus prestige gain. The attacker's CP must be equal to or lower than the defender's CP. The most ideal Bubblestrat matchups gain 1,000 prestige per fight, which is huge, considering these fights only last like 2 or 3 seconds. The matchup should have a high chance of success, meaning it's reliable. It should be reliable. So that's kind of like the third point of how, or the third requirements of this to work. which I will get into the list here in a moment. And like I said, there will be a link in the description for you to check out this list as well. Bubblestrat attackers and defenders are usually caught at level 1, then powered up or evolved to the specifications listed in the tables. The defenders should be caught at level 1 with 10 CP or 10 HP, and have a long duration quick moveset such as Bubble, Confusion, Razor Leaf, Mud Slap, Ice Shard, Rock Throw, Quick Throw, or Splash. While hunting for your Bubblestrat defender, you should also look out for attacker candidates. The attacker should be caught at level 1 with 10 CP. It needs to be able to do at least 20 damage to the defender in under 3 seconds. This usually requires a fast, quick move with stab and type advantages. Whether a particular attacker versus defender matchup works can also depend on their IVs. The only way to find out whether your particular combination has the right IVs is to field test your Bubblestrat defender with the catalog of attackers listed below until one of them works. So it's going to be a trial and error if you're not running with the specific best Pokemon that they suggest here. So, when you're scrolling through here on this page, it'll give you the list of, the ones you should use. Horsey with Bubble is the most versatile Bubblestrat defender with many optimal matchups at both level 1.5 and level 2. And level 1.5, I believe, is when you level it up, but it doesn't go up in HP. It stays the same. I believe that's what they are classifying 1.5, if I remember right. So next we're going to get into the attacking side. First, you need a Diglett. The Diglett has to be caught at level 1. All level 1 Digletts will be caught at 10 CP. At this point, you're going to need to power it up once, bringing it, like what I said earlier, to 1.5. The level 1.5 Diglett will need to remain at 10 CP. So if he is 11 CP, his IVs are going to be too high to use this tactic. Now, once you've got your 10 CP level 1.5, we'll just call him 1.5 Diglett, he still isn't guaranteed to be usable. The minimum attack IVs required for the Diglett to do 4 damage per scratch or 5 per mud shot. If you're lucky enough, he's gonna have a mud shot at level 1. They're super rare, but it'll be determined by the species and defense IVs of your Bubblestrat, your Bubble using Gym Defender. So, like I said, there are exactly 3 species capable of learning the Bubble, which is the one we're going to look at, and that's Horsey, Krabby, and Poliwag. Horsey, for instance, are quite likely to have the appropriate IVs, as the tolerance required allows for many IV Horseys to work. Because your Diglett might have any attack IV, it is not possible to tell you which Horsey will work exactly, but it needs to be at least 20 CP when powered up once to level 1.5. And its defense IVs, it can't be 7 higher than Diglett's attack IV. For Krabby, the window of workable IVs is smaller. Again, in addition to needing to be 20 CP, the Krabby's defense IV must be at least 2 lower than the Diglett's attack IV. So you can kind of see how this is getting harder to work. For Poliwag, Diglett must access to the now, discontinued Mud Shot move. Scratch will not do enough damage to Poliwag, assuming your Diglett has Mud Shot. Any Poliwag that hits 20 CP at level 1.5 and has defense IV no more than 8 above your Diglett's IV will work. Remember that the only way to test if your CP 20 Bubble user has the appropriate IVs without potentially breaking Pokemon Go TOS is to actually try them in a gym and see if they work, So it's, like I said, I'm going to leave the link below and you guys can check all of this out. I find it pretty interesting. Don't forget to check below as well. I'm gonna leave a link to the video where I am doing a giveaway for $25 iTunes and Google Play Store. You can check that video out to find out, how to qualify for entering into that. That ends on I want to say it is the 30th. So this Friday actually. So you still have a few more days. If you haven't heard of this strategy, go ahead and let me know by leaving a like below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and drop a subscribe down there. That way you can be alerted for videos coming out. And also just drop a comment below letting me know your thoughts on this. Even though, like I said, it's really hard to set up for players who have been playing for a while, but it is still possible. But you always have to keep it in the back of your mind that you're looking for specific Pokemon. But so that's gonna do it for today. Everybody have a good one, and I will see you next time. Peace.